James Galliano is a special agent, former special agent from the FBI, and he was on Fox News today as they were doing a report where they were following radical Islam terror in the US. And he was saying that since 9/11, there have been 53 radical Islam terror plots foiled by the FBI. He follows up with it being an assimilation problem. And whenever I see a number, and whenever I see that number on a news report, I have to go to the source. So I went ahead and I did some numbers, and it turns out 53 is a real number, but it's also a fraction of the problem. If the FBI did foil 53 attacks, then we can very quickly add them up in this column and see that there were quite a few jihadist attacks that were not foiled. But then if we go out even further and look at some of our homegrown domestic terrorism from the left and from the right, we can very quickly get much higher than 53. I don't think that this is an assimilation problem. I got this information from CSIS, the Center for Strategic and International Studies. They define terrorism as the deliberate use or threat of violence by non-state actors to achieve political goals. And then they broke it down into several categories. The right-wing category makes up for 57% of all domestic terror plots and attacks in the USA since 1994. Left-wing terror attacks account for 25% in the same time frame. Religious, in which jihad attacks are a part, make up for 15% of the total terror attacks. The data sets that they used in order to create this chart are right here. I did go into their methodology just to make sure that we weren't going based off of vibes. They went from mainstream media, they went to the FBI and ADL, they went to all of these different independent data sets. So I feel fairly confident that we've got a pretty good number here. And we do not need to assimilate every immigrant in this country. That is not how this country was built. It's not how this country should be. It's certainly not how I want it to be. I love the multiculturalism. And I don't know the answer here to what do we do about hate. Look at that. I forgot to put down numbers for the right wing and for jihad attacks in 2022. Oh well, we've still very quickly and easily outpaced jihad and left-wing attacks on the right-wing column. I think we can agree with that. My final thought here is that this is not an assimilation problem. We have a hate problem. We have a misinformation problem. We certainly do have a domestic terrorist problem as well. I ground myself in the real numbers and in the real facts because 53 is only a scary number until you look at the larger picture. And the rhetoric that we are going to see now, that we have been seeing, and that is going to be ramping up, is not based in real numbers. It is based in hype and propaganda. I just want to end this with this quote from Zohran Mamdani, who is a part of our American culture. And I am very proud of that fact. Hey, it's Lefty Lefty. Thank you for watching.